Grab some pussy, smash some Uzis, Donald Trump and Michael Pence week.
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend, I will defend.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Welcome to 2017, where all of your favourite celebrities probably won't die.
Because they're
already dead.
What a way to start!
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm still really surprised that just on the 31st of December 2016 wasn't up in a bell tower with a sniper rifle, just picking off celebrities as it slowly kicked its way out. Just 11:59, snipe George Lucas in the head. So, yeah, it's a new year. It's not a new you. You're still the same awful person you always were. Just for 2 weeks you'll try going to the gym and eating healthy. You fat, lazy shit.
I love the smell of New Year. It's good intentions and right Vita as everybody tries to better themselves. And then slowly it turns into pizza.
Yeah, and there's also like a heady whiff of that onion-scented BO. Because people don't quite realise how much sweat they actually generate, and they don't pack an adequate amount of either deodorant or antiperspirant. Smelly, smelly New Year, guys. So, we're going to go back to Trump, because why not? We've missed out on a lot, because, you know,
we've been gone for a while, but he doesn't stop.
No.
The Trump train keeps on trucking.
We certainly didn't block record the last set of podcasts. No, mama. Wouldn't dream of that.
No, they were live streamed.
Yeah.
To our ardent fans.
Yeah.
Waiting in the wings.
Yeah. There's so many of you. I see you all there every day.
We increased in subscribers, man.
We
Over
did.
Christmas. I don't know how.
I don't.
Over Christmas, we gained subscribers.
Yeah. I can only assume it was those drugs.
So welcome, you horrible people who obviously hate yourselves and or us.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends about us, because, you know, we don't make money off this thing. Certain, like, I'll be honest, Coheed and Cambria might do for a couple of the ones, because
they might make 37 pence.
Their lawyers are quick to claim copyright, but WWE aren't. Yeah, that's where I got the intro and outro music from. Yeah, they'll never know. They don't
check.
They don't look at things.
They don't check.
So anyway, the Trumpster, all POTUS elect. Why not? Let's go back to December the 22nd. That seems like a good date to start with. Donald Trump saying that the United States must greatly strengthen and expand its nuclear capability until such time as the world comes to its senses regarding nukes. Now, I think what he's intended there is something quite nice, where he says, nuclear weapons, they shouldn't be a thing, they're a horrible idea. But what he's instead said is, yeah, we're just going to keep going until everybody else stops, so we're the only one with them left. What he's doing there is the Cold War.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's just taking us back 40 years.
I like the insinuation of this statement as well, that the US must strengthen and expand while the rest of the world comes to its senses. Because that means that the United States isn't in the world.
It's in its own world, man.
It has its own...
It's in its own world.
Own special bunker.
Now, also on the 24th, he mentioned that NBC News have obviously, you know, reported on his stupid nuclear quote, and they purposely left out the until such time as the world comes to its senses, and then he has simply written dishonest. No, you are basically, you're taking us back to potential nuclear Armageddon, Donald. And that last bit's not really necessary. An eye for an eye might make the world blind. A nuke for a nuke leaves us all dead. So...
And the survivors, genetic mutants.
Yeah, we've all seen how that documentary, you know, Fallout, that's the thing.
I've played that documentary.
Yeah, exactly, you know.
I love the way he writes his tweets.
I know.
They just look like the rantings of a 2-year-old.
This is it. This is the president. This is the person who's technically going to be the most powerful person on earth.
Yeah.
It's like looking into an ADD child's mind because they're so closely packed together when he writes them, because he's up till about 5 in the morning, and that's sort of when he does all his tweets, when all the sane people surrounding him will have gone to sleep.
All his minders.
All through the day, he'll have been picking his phone out, and he'll have been leaning over going, Donald, are you... Nah, maybe put that away. You're just checking your Twitter, aren't you? You're not writing anything. Okay, that's good. And I imagine they wake up at sort of 8 a.m, and they just think, oh, I don't want to open Twitter, but I know I'm going to have to. And they just see what's fallen out of his brain.
Let's scroll through a few and see what nuggets of gold we can find.
Yeah, so based on the tremendous cost and cost overruns of the Lockheed Martin F-35, I have asked Boeing to price out a comparable F-18 Super Hornet. He's basically just looking to make companies downbid or like outprice the competition to make fighter jets. That's not how you make a good quality fighter jet to the lowest bidder. He's doing the same thing with like Air Force One.
Oh yeah, that's right, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said that it was overpriced and we shouldn't have it.
Yeah, we should make it affordable. You need to not die in this. This is something that's fairly important for a lot of presidents.
Yeah. That
it's like smooth to run, and it's got more protection than an average plane might. The so-called A-list celebrities are all wanting Tix, Tixs, to the inauguration, but look what they did for Hillary. Nothing. I want the people.
This one reads like a teenage girl.
Yeah.
A-list celebrities.
Yeah. They want Tix. Oh my god, they're not gonna get it. I'm gonna go on Ticketmaster and buy them all and sell them all to my friends first.
Hey Don J, Tixer didn't happen. Which is funny because he doesn't want the A-list celebrities because none of them are saying yes. They're all going, nah, mate, I might be busy.
Oh, this bit that just sits on its own looks really kind of sinister. As to the UN, things will be different after January 20th. And that's it.
That is really sinister.
Yeah. Oh, God, I can just imagine him standing at the front of the UN. And it just... Oh, God. It's just... Nobody can be looking forward to this year or the next 4 years. It just seems stupid.
Oh, this combination here, this is brilliant. So in response to the dillweed who attacked people in Germany, he says something about how this person reportedly made a... We will slaughter you like pigs, I swear we will. And then at the end he says, when will the US and all countries fight back? I don't know if you noticed this, the JT, but your country has been fighting the war on terror for over a decade.
Yeah, you have been successfully killing thousands of little brown people in their homes for quite some time. Now, unless you're going to start shelling the shit out of every other country that has other brown people in them, yeah. The war on terror is going to go the same way as the war on drugs, except you can't legalise Islam because it's already legal. This guy's a moron, and if any of you out there that are listening voted for him, you will have blood on your hands when the inevitable happens. I mean, I hope it doesn't. I hope he comes in and says, you know what, no more war, let's all be lovely. But it's not going to go that way. Let's not. Bigging up Vladimir Putin.
Surprise, surprise.
In a way, that bit's hopeful that Russia and America are going to have a really nice relationship. But on the other hand, that's fucking terrifying that they could form essentially a huge bloc nation which could make things very shit for a lot of people. Oh, he wished everybody a happy Hanukkah.
A bright and happy Hanukkah.
I wonder if he can actually say the word Hanukkah. Oh, and also Merry Christmas. That's nice, isn't it? President-elect Donald J. Trump and a picture of him fisting near
a tree.
Fisting near a tree. Now, look at all these verries. Merry Christmas and a very, 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 very happy New Year to everyone. That's nice, isn't it? He's not too bothered about Christmas. He didn't say Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. He just had one Merry. Quite clearly, Donald J. Trump is instigating the war on Christmas by not hoping it is as happy or as merry as the New Year might be.
Well, of course he's looking forward to the New Year, because that's when he gets to go to the big house.
Oh, that would be nice if he did get to go to the big house. Jail is what I'm implying. Jail. He's a fraudster. He's conned people out of millions. He's a fraud.
He's a charlatan and a sham.
President Obama said he thinks he would have won against me. He should say that, but I say, no way. Jobs leaving, ISIS, okay, etc. He just literally types whatever comes to his head. It annoys me more the amount of likes he gets, which, I mean, that one has 91,000, and you know that probably about half of them will probably be bots. The United Nations has such great potential, but right now it's just a club for people to get together, talk, and have a good time. So sad. This man has never seen the Houses of Parliament. This man has never seen the House, the Senate.
He's never seen any legislature at all.
No, because it's almost like he's not a politician and doesn't know how it works.
Doesn't know what any of it is.
Yeah. What people tend to do in these kind of large gathering areas of politicians is they get together and they talk and they get along, so they have a fairly good time. The world was gloomy before I won. There was no hope. Now the market is up nearly 10% and Christmas spending is over $1 trillion.
Yes, Donald, this was definitely you, and not this particular time of year where people, generally feel better about themselves and life, and they get together with their families and, spend a lot of money on buying food and presents for each other. Now, you definitely made Christmas happen. Thank you for that.
To be fair, I spent a lot more money because I bought my own panic room for when he becomes president.
That'll do it for you.
So, in a way,
that was a gift, though. That was a gift from you to you.
Well, yeah, exactly. We all need a panic room.
Now.
Yeah. I gave millions of dollars to Donald J. Trump Foundation, raised or received millions more, all of which is given to charity and media won't report. The Donald J. Trump Foundation, unlike most foundations, never paid fees, rent, salaries, or any expenses. 100% of money goes to wonderful charities.
That's just bullshit. That can be demonstrated to be bullshit.
I wonder if that is sort of his implication about his potential tax returns, and while we've never seen any of them, maybe some of that money has been funneled into the old Donald J. Trump Foundation.
I think the reason that the IRS are taking so long over finishing with his tax returns is because they're just so stunned by how glorious they are.
Glorious, you say?
I say glorious.
Oh.
They must be the most pristine tax returns they've ever seen. And they're just examining how somebody could have got it so perfectly right. That's the only explanation I can think of.
Sorry, I'm just reading this self-aggrandizement. The US Consumer Confidence Index for December surged nearly 4 points to 113.7. The highest level in more than 15 years. Thanks, Donald.
You almost read that like a Dalek.
Well, maybe that's what he is.
That was great.
Maybe that is, he's an automaton sent from the future. We thought it was going to look like Arnie, but it's not. It's actually, they had an excess of skin and they needed somewhere to put it. And they just found a passing tumbleweed and oh,
that'll do.
I'm fairly certain this can pass for human hair. Stuck it on.
Yep.
There we go.
Job done.
They just looked in a dictionary. They found 2 words, one of them being Trump. They didn't understand, the English colloquialism of it. Oh, and he's also doing his best 1990s child impression. Doing my best to disregard the many inflammatory President O statements. I assume he means Obama and not orgasm. And
well, it could be the same person.
President
O.
President Orgasm he's next after Trump. And, that's going to be a good time. President O's statements and roadblocks. Thought it was going to be a smooth transition. Not! Oh, Donald, you're so stuck in the past. It's almost like you want to take us back there, you fucking idiot. Now, he seems to be on the side of Israel, is what I'm getting from a lot of his tweets as well, which, let's face it, I don't think anybody could be surprised about. I mean, the Israel-Palestine situation, I think, is best summed up in a bastardizing of a Jimmy Carr joke. And that joke goes, the people from Liverpool think the people from Manchester are cunts. The people from Manchester think the people from Liverpool are cunts. When will they both learn? That's my opinion on Israel and Palestine. Whisper this quietly, but Israel is kind of it's a state that us in America helped create along with the other Allied powers after World War II because it was kind of shit what happened to the Jews. So we kind of forced that nation into creation.
Into existence.
Yeah, I mean, Donald, don't say anything, but it's technically not a real thing. Not that any nation is. It's all just made up by people. This one just annoyed an awful lot more.
I suppose, yeah, well, so I think the reason that America and the UK really wants to have this close relationship with Israel. Apart from
the fact we have to.
The fact we have to, because we created them. We're like, come on, we've got to look after our little baby child country. Is because ostensibly they're still Christian nations, and particularly in America, you've got the.
You're not implying Israel's a Christian nation.
No.
Okay.
But there's definitely a vested interest there because of the history of the Jewish people is the history of the Christian religion.
But it's also kind of a buffer in a way for an Islamic through route because of where it sits.
Yeah, that's true.
There is that blockade where there's no direct route where it could be kind of segmented off. If all that kind of Middle Eastern world decided to shut down, Israel could stay on its own. And I'm not on either side. I think both sides have rights and wrongs, but I think Donald Trump may be treading a very dangerous line, which is quite obviously not.
There's a surprise,
Now we've not been mentioning dates, but you can figure out where it's been going. And now we're up to December 31st. New Year's Eve, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse that was put on top of Donald Trump's head to vaguely resemble what could possibly be hair.
Well, the only other reason you'd put a mouse on Donald Trump's head would be to double the number of brain cells.
Squeak.
Squeak.
Maybe he's the brain, and this is his, like there was that episode where
Pinky in the brain?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But Pinky's gotten hold of the controls.
Oh, right,
and the brain had the idea. Yeah. But it turns out what people really want is Pinky,
Yeah.
Pinky with his verbal diarrhea.
He's the popular one. He says what people want.
He also finishes, some of his sentences with just a single word. Naff.
Yeah. True, yeah. Maybe this is it. You've discovered it. That
Donald
cartoon
Trump.
was...
We're on to you, Donald.
Should I say Pinky?
Hey. Who else should have a name like Trump other than a stupid mouse?
Stupid mouse.
Anyway,
fantastic.
December 31st, Donald J. Trump, at real Donald Trump. Happy New Year to all, including to my many enemies and those who have fought me and lost so badly they just don't know what to do. Love.
They just don't know what to do.
Love. Also, on the 31st December, he said happy birthday on Twitter to his son, Donald Trump Jr., and has then had the gall to retweet himself. He has retweeted his own tweet. This is the man that America has voted to be president. A man so up himself he will retweet his own tweets. Fuck off. Just fuck off. I absolutely do not share and like our own posts on our Facebook. No.
But then again, you're not president-elect
yet. He's also got this hashtag, which, when I first read it, it just looks like it says MAGA.
It does say MAGA.
As though he's going on like a Jolly Boys out in a MAGA loaf, just like, fucking MAGA.
Can you imagine him and Pence on tour? MAGA lads,
we're going to MAGA, gonna grab some pussies, way, get drunk, get a bit leery, bash some muzzies, way.
Grab some pussies.
Grab some pussies, smash some muzzies, Donald Trump and Michael Pence, way.
Lads until 2017.
Lads, yeah, we've got pussy grabbers printing on our shirts, way. We don't even give a fuck, mate, we don't even give a fuck.
Dude, fuck me. That would be their like slogan T-shirts want to be like Donald the pussy grabber Trump, like on the back of his shirt.
Mike the gay oppressor Pence. That would also be
Mike not gay Pence.
Yeah, that would also be his wrestling name, the gay oppressor.
The gay oppressor.
Yeah,
which is brilliant because it has such a wonderful double meaning.
And yeah, it's also brilliant because Donald Trump is so far the only WWE Hall of Famer who has ever managed to be President of the United States. Isn't that an interesting fact?
Hall of Famer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
That's right. He's in the WWE. God. He is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Right.
And if you see the other people that are on there and you know the history of it, arguably he does actually have more reason to be in there than quite a few of them. But he essentially helped in the production of hosting of 2 or 3 WrestleManias. He was also at WrestleMania 23, which was 10 years ago now, I think. He actually took part in a fight. with Vince McMahon, the owner of the WWE.
Oh yeah, actually.
Where each party had a designated wrestler. Stone Cold Steve Austin is a special referee. And
hello, Steve. We know you listen.
the finality of it was that whoever's wrestler lost, the respective billionaire, would have their head shaved bald. Now, obviously, any sane thinking person is going to know, Donald Trump is not going to keep going beyond that WrestleMania. It's not like he's a contracted performer. He's not getting his head shaved bald. But let's face it, he didn't need to. Because he's already bald. You're a charlatan.
And so is your hair.
Also, talking of WWE, when this hashtag says Maga, there's a commentator called JBL or John Bradshaw Layfield, and he used to refer to the other commentator, Michael Cole, as Maggle, because he's from Texas. So, Maggle! And it just nicely reminds me of that too. Just bringing that WWE thing full circle. Every time I see this name, Reince Preibus.
Ah, yeah.
It's something I expect to see in Mass Effect. Or, or like Babylon 5 or just something. It's not a human name. That is not a human name. I don't know where you have got this from.
I think it's a part of an alien's anatomy.
You touched my Reince Preibus.
You touched my Reince Preibus? Why Australian?
I don't know, mate. Fucking hell, you touched my Reince Preibus.
Would you believe it? This classy bird, she told me I touched my Reince Preibus.
To say you spent about 6 months in Australia, that's not a great Australian accent.
6 months? I was not there for 6 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Whatever. I was only half wrong. Ooh, Chicago murder rate is record-setting.
Yes!
4,331 shooting victims with 762 murders in 2016. If Mayor can't do it, he must ask for federal help. But you have run for the party who despise federal
interference in state matters,
Yeah. Also, do you know a really good way of not having so many shooting victims? Not having so many fucking guns.
No. It's not the guns' fault. What you have to do is you have to ban the victims. So all these people who are out there as magnets for bullets.
Exactly.
You need to get rid of all of them because the responsible gun owners can't be held responsible if a bullet goes towards a magnetic person. So
guns and bullets don't kill people. The fact that there are people means the people will die.
People get killed. Yeah. So it's not the guns' fault. You can't ban those. That's plus Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Which is just the end of that argument, right?
Yeah.
According to a lot of people.
Yeah. I think we have. I think we've solved it for you, America. We have solved that for you right there, America. Don't you worry.
What you need to do, America, is just get all of the victims together in one place so that they can't be shot by the responsible gun-owning public.
Yeah. North Korea just stated it is in the final stages of developing a nuclear weapon capable of reaching parts of the US. It won't happen.
Where does he get this information? Name your source, you bellend. North Korea just stated, on their Twitter account. Apparently this is the only way he knows how to communicate is by Twitter as well. Because he just uses this instead of, oh my god, FDR in like the fireside talks, where you'd have him sat next to the fireside and like, hello my fellow Americans, and tell him, but this is apparently what we've got instead.
This is how the State of the Union. Fucking hell. State of the Union.
Oh
this is how the new State of the Union is going to be, isn't it?
State of the Union in 160 characters or less.
Yeah, just constant, like a fired out bilge of Donald J. Trump's fingers. Ugh.
It makes you shiver.
Yeah.
Hang on, this is a good one. So, the Democrat governor of Minnesota said the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, is no longer affordable, and it is lousy healthcare. He does realise that the healthcare is provided by the same doctors no matter who's paying them. So what you're saying is, not only is the Affordable Care Act wrong, but your doctors are terrible. Cheers, DJT.
DJT. Oh, that would be brilliant. Oh, I can just imagine him doing the club nights in Bolton once he's done with his term.
Yeah.
Just like, now stepping up DJT. Later on, we've got Hodor. What? I still just can't get over the fact that Hodor does like DJing. It's pretty brilliant.
It is pretty fantastic.
Right, okay. I briefly didn't understand it there. There should be no further releases from Gitmo. Now, I'm going to assume he means Guantanamo.
Yeah, it's Guantanamo.
Yeah. And not just a misspelling of Gizmo. And he's just been watching Gremlins. He's just like, no, don't get him wet again.
Gizmo.
Don't get him wet again.
It all goes horribly wrong.
He will release more Gremlins into the world.
Yeah.
We don't need it. Sorry, Mogwai. I don't mean to offend anyone.
You use the correct term.
You know, SJWs out there, don't you worry. I caught myself.
Oh my God! You said gremlins, don't you mean Mogwai?
They're non-gender specific Mogwai as well.
Yeah.
You know, the MX as their
choosing personal pronoun.
Yeah, exactly. You know, don't you worry. We'll get it right. These are extremely dangerous people. Back to Guantanamo. These are extremely dangerous people and should not be allowed back onto the battlefield. Oh God. So Obama kept Guantanamo open, and this guy, well, he's going to keep it closed in one way, in that once you go in, I don't think you're getting out.
Ever.
Innocent
Ever.
or not, you're not fucking getting out, mate. I will be having a general news conference on January 11th in NYC. Thank you.
You're welcome, Donald.
Oh, what is this,
amazing.
man?
I love this one. The intelligence briefing on so-called Russian hacking
There's 2 sets of air quotes that have just happened there, by the way.
was delayed until Friday. Perhaps more time needed to build a case. Very strange!
Very strange.
I like how he's telling people that he's not listening to intelligence briefings and assuming that the content of them is false anyway. I don't understand. Why are we doing this? It's just making me sad and angry.
Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Year.
Happy New Year, yeah.
Yeah.
It's making me sangry. Which is not the same as if
For-
you've got drunk in Spain.
For a brief moment, I thought you were going with sanguine, and I thought, oh, that's quite a high-level word for us.
Yeah.
And then you turned it into sangry, and I went,
yeah.
portmanteau. It's another big word, isn't
Good, good one. I like.
That's where you tow a man into port. Because he's so drunk, he's
Yeah,
fallen off
he's
the barge.
fallen off the barge.
You know, like,
Yep.
the old Native
Yeah.
American looks over the side of the boat and he goes, portmanteau.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Happens mostly on the Calais booze cruise. Because obviously you're drunk on the way
Or
back.
on the cruise to Maga. Old DT.
Oh, DT! Woo! An MP.
DTMP
on tour.
DTMP.
Maga 2017.
DTMP, and they're both DTF, if you know what I mean, ladies. Oh,
Ladies.
yeah.
It doesn't matter if you don't, because they're going to.
Oh, yeah. You don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
No.
Because they've decided that they are going to.
Yeah. Men as well. Like, they're not gay, but
They're
they'll
not
fuck
gay.
you, but it's not gay.
It's not gay, because they're the gay oppressor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm the gay oppressor. Oh, keeping your civil liberties down and my election ratings up. Ooh, brother. I don't mean to insult Hulk Hogan. He's a racist, not a homophobe.
As far as we know.
Well, you
Come
know,
on, yeah, I'm sure he was in the news for that as well.
Nah, who?
Hogan.
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 Yeah, Hulk Hogan. I don't think Hulk Hogan's a racist. I think he was very annoyed with what was going on with his daughter at the time. He was trying to start a music career, and it was a gentleman of Afro-Caribbean descent who was essentially kind of spearheading it.
Yeah.
And I believe they kind of might have been dating at the same time. And it
Well,
just
hang
seems
on.
like
Hulk Hogan was dating his daughter's manager. You're right. No, he's not homophobic.
they always say, you know, in the closet. But yeah, I think he's maybe just had sort of one too many and stupid words have come out. The amount of people of different ethnicities and stuff that he's been around and helped. He's not a racist. He's just said racist things and been very stupid, and not like one particular person of that race.
Right. Okay.
I might be wrong. You know, that's just the way I see it. I don't think he's racist. I think he's a very silly boy. Now, you see, he must feel kind of disappointed that, like I say, he'll get at the very least, he'll get double-digit thousand likes. I say double-digit thousand, 10,000 above. So,
Yeah.
five-figure likes and generally 4-figure retweets. This man has 18.6 million Twitter followers. You know, in terms of...
What percentage likes per follower?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bragging or anything, Donald, but we have 10 subscribers. Pretty much every one of our videos has more than 10 views. So therefore, we're actually above.
We've got over 100% approval from our
if you
followers.
take our average, we're just better than you. So
Yeah, I don't think we can convince him with maths. We need to convince him with feelings. Because that's how you win an election, is with feelings.
I think we just need to end the sentence with a word. So, Donald, our percentage representation and our ability to interact with our consumers is actually better than yours. Fact! And then he'll believe it.
Don-
True love.
DJ Trump's numbers much lower than our own. Sad.
Sad love.
Sad love. Oh no.
Sad love.
No, not sad love.
Sad love.
Oh, that does sound like what Melania gives him every week.
Yeah.
But, oh, do I have to, Donald? Okay. Oh, sad love time.
Oh, Donald, no. He feels like a slug in my mouth.
Oh.
I don't know why she's Mexican.
I don't know why.
Oh,
that was Mexican?
Donald, no, why? No. Why you bring me from over the border? Why you
Ow,
make
Donald, don't grab so hard.
Why do you make me wear a sombrero?
Oh, I'm glad we covered that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the banner picture is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
I might try and get that in the video, but if I'm not able to, it is a portion of the Stars and Stripes, Donald Trump with his thumb just slowly peeking over the precipice with Mike Pence. Mike Pence has a really sort of tiny face for his head.
Yeah,
It looks
he does.
really oddly sized.
The way they're both grimacing, it looks like one of them has farted, but neither one of them can decide who it was. So
Yeah.
they're just like sitting in the smell and going, oh, this is
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. Also, Mike Pence is wearing a blue tie. Class traitor. That's the DNC, or that's that's the Democrat colours. You won't catch Jeremy Corbyn wearing a blue tie. Just saying. I think that covers Trump for the new year. We'll come back to him.
Well, because we'll have to.
Well, yeah, there's no way around it.
Because as his Twitter keeps saying, January 20th is coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, from one depressing topic of conversation.
Don't worry, there will be more high-spirited things, maybe, you know.
Oh, there should be.
But now we kind of have to. Well, we don't have to. We're choosing to bring it down because you got to try and be serious now and again. It can't all be fun.
They can't all be
japes.
japes.
Sometimes people die.
In horrible, meaningless manners.
Yeah, as has happened in Turkey recently.
So depressing.
I'll let you head this up because you obviously done a little bit more reading and watching into it than I have. Because I'll be honest, I tend to stay away from stuff like this just because it seems more prevalent now than it ever has done. But I think that's the nature of the 24/7 news world.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
you know, I'm not saying this kind of thing always happened, but there have always been a lot of killings that have gone unreported. But now we have the ability to access so much information any time of the day that it becomes a lot bigger.
Yeah, this is true.
Mm.
So, just before Christmas, there was a terrorist attack in Berlin, which got a lot of news because it's Europe, and oh my god, they're attacking us in our homes and in our streets.
It was worryingly akin to one which happened in June in France,
in France for Bastille Day.
A truck had been commandeered to essentially mow into a large
crowd of people. And that was a terrible tragedy, and it was dealt with restraint and compassion by the world's media. So, and then on New Year's Eve in Istanbul in Turkey, a gunman walks into a nightclub with an assault rifle and just starts shooting people.
Again, worryingly akin to
an attack in Paris.
Yeah, and also the one which occurred in America in the gay club.
In the gay club in Florida, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, just obviously New Year's Eve, a time when people are getting together and having a good time, and this guy walks up to a nightclub, shoots the bouncer and the policeman who's standing outside, walks in and just starts shooting into the crowd. He went missing then for a couple of days, but he's then later been tracked down apparently. I think it's important to talk about these things because Turkey is one of those countries which we sometimes think about as being really far away and not that important, but it turns out that they're actually a really important part of a lot of the things we do, especially in the Middle East.
Yeah, it's sort of that. It's close yet far. It's the gateway to the Middle East almost, and it's technically European.
Yeah, it is.
Whilst having the traits of the Middle East, and so it is a kind of cultural melting pot, and arguably that's part of the issue right now.
I don't really know what to say about it, to be honest. Turkey has seen a lot of the attacks of a similar nature to this in the last 18 months, particularly because of their their involvement in this attack, the war on terror that's going on in Syria. That's one of their neighbours. So I don't know what I wanted to say about it. Really, I just felt it would have been inappropriate not to say that this happened and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah. Speaking of Syria, just to cut you off there, obviously over preceding Christmas and the New Year and going through it, there was obviously the state of Aleppo, which was no human, when seeing the images that have come out of there, should have anything but remorse and sympathy for what was happening. And I saw and heard some vile comments just based on the fact that the people who are dying are not white. If you can look at images of real people, of real children being picked dead out of rubble for something that they have no knowledge or part in, if you can look at that and disregard it so flippantly because they're not from the same fucking
dual skin tone range,
then I'm sorry, you're scum. You disgust me beyond words. I can't physically say how much. Just vile things are happening, and some of it is being overly reported and some of it not being reported enough. Something like the Turkey tragedy is picked up on, but it's not given that same multi-day coverage of importance like the Bataclan was, like the Berlin incident is, just because it is honestly like, oh well, yeah, but they're not white, are they?
It's further away. We don't really need to worry about it. I don't know what we can to do about it. There's nothing we can say that would make any of this better. No. But I think it's important for us to know about these things. There's a lot of pro and con that could be said about Turkey, about its President Erdogan, about things that have happened there in the last year to 18 months, about how there was a failed coup in June last year, and then how things have progressed since then. But the idea that we don't talk about or know about these incidents that are happening when we are ostensibly at war with IS and Daesh and these extremist groups, we should know about the victims that they are causing that are not ourselves.
Yeah, not everyone they kill is good old-fashioned white-skinned Christian boy from Oklahoma.
No, it is the vast majority of the people who are victims of these radical fuckwits are...
They're Muslim.
Muslim, yeah.
It's, it's Muslim on Muslim crime is the vast majority.
Yeah.
We use the term Muslim. Most Muslims, they wouldn't just say that these guys aren't Muslims. They'd say that they're pretty much the opposite.
Yeah, they completely reject their ideology.
Yeah. And, I mean, you can go back and forth and say, but in the Quran it says this and da-da-da-da-da. But no right-minded person, Muslim or otherwise, would ever condone what these people are doing, because it is stupid and it is vile and it is pointless and it is just causing more and more pain. And people like Donald Trump are not helping by just further inciting hatred against not one small pocket by saying this is a problem and a fault with all Muslims.
Yeah.
You're not making the problem go away by saying that. You're making it worse. You're pushing more Muslims to join that side of things. Stop it. Love, don't hate, you fucking moron. Take them all to Maga. They don't have to drink. They can still finger someone. Yeah, no, they can still do that. You just can't have penetrative sex. But I've known a fair few Muslims.
You could grab them by the pussy, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I've known a fair few Muslims who have drank alcohol and have had sex before marriage, so none of you play that fucking card with me. We all know. Come on.
We all know.
Come on. Anyway, let's lighten the mood with something that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Boobs!
Oh, fuck, I love boobs, though.
And anybody saying, well, gay people don't love boobs, that's bullshit. Homosexual men love boobs more than anyone I have ever seen. they see a large pair of breasts, the first thing they want to do is play them like the bongos. They want to touch them. Gay people fucking love breasts.
Everybody loves boobs.
Exactly. Unless they've got a baby clamped to them.
Whoa, hold up, whoa. What?
That's
A
right.
baby on a breast.
That's right. I know. It's disgusting, isn't it?
It's outrageous.
It fucking makes my stomach
It sickens
turn.
me. It
My
sickens me.
God.
It does.
Natural human. Oh.
Are you suggesting that people actually use breasts for what they have evolutionarily been designed for?
Well, they do, and they certainly shouldn't.
No, of course not. Why would you?
That is essentially the line that a lot of people seem to be drawing these days. There's always a lot of things about breastfeeding mothers being told to cover up because it's disturbing other patrons, and it's offensive. I don't want to see a baby being fed like that. Why can't you bring a bottle with you? Well, breastfeeding is demonstrably better than formula milk. It just is. It's better for the baby. For me, there seems to be sort of two main arguments that are put forward. One will generally be by sort of a restaurant or business which said, oh, you might offend other patrons, or somebody saying, oh, I don't want my child seeing that. Right. Okay. So if a child sees that, he's going to see a baby having its meal. He has, ideally they have not yet sexualized the breast like the rest of society has. So all the child should see there is just baby eating lunch. The fact that it comes out of his mother, it's fine.
That shouldn't be unusual though, right?
No,
like the kids. Ideally, the kid isn't going to be in this high-class restaurant by himself anyway. Presumably, like Timmy, 7-year-old, hasn't gone up there and gone, reservation for one, please.
I want the veal. I want my meat to have suffered.
So, mom, pop, big brother, auntie, crazy grandmother must be there to say, oh yeah, that's called feeding. Mm. So, if you've got any questions, direct them to your parents.
Yeah. Really, what I see it as boiling down to is one of two things. Either you're just plain afraid of nature and the natural process of, humanity, what happens. Or, if you're a bloke and you say you don't want to see that, the only reason is that you don't want the mental image of a baby in your wank bank. What you are seeing is something you have sexualized your entire life, being gnawed on by a young human, and one half of your brain is saying, oh, tits, and the other half is saying, oh, delightful young baby. And you're worried that the two are going to meld together.
It's a horrible porridge of brain cancer or something.
Horrible Porridge will be the name of our punk album.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, if you are listening to this and you don't like to see people breastfeeding, it's perfectly natural. For someone to cover it up, that's fine. If they don't want to cover it up, that's also fine. Because believe it or not, underneath your clothing right now, you are naked. You are naked at all times. You just have things on top of it most of the time. It's perfectly natural to have your jubblies out. Although in some cases we don't want to see it. You spaniel ears lot. Like, we don't want them. Oh no. Body shame you. Dirty.
Where the fuck were you going with that?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so why are you bringing this up now? Just cut this bit out if you want, but
there were quite a few just things and articles that popped up about breastfeeding and like the sort of pros and cons of doing it out and about, and I just thought,
breastfeeding at a New Year's Eve party.
Listen,
pros and cons.
Baby's got to drink too.
Damn right.
Just don't you fucking drink booze while you're doing it. Yeah, I just saw it and I thought, this shouldn't be. It's 2017. For the love of God, why is this an issue? Why is it still an issue? Why is this a thing? Why are we so divided about things like colour and religion and body parts? Let's all just love each other and just all get along. Anything else you'd like to add?
No. I think we've ended on a high note there.
Yeah.
Kids having dinner.
Yeah, kids having dinner. After breast milk, fish fingers are shit. That's what I'm gonna have tattooed on my breast. Once you go breast, nothing's as best.
Yep, that's true. I've heard that.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, that's a shit wind down. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. See us on the Facebooks. See us on SoundClouds. You all have a glorious new year.
Glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend. I will defend.
Oh, what is
Oh,
this
amazing.
man?